When's the last time you've seen a beautiful colonial American 225-year-old-ish coin that looked nice, right? And again, we're a young country, only a couple hundred years old, and finding those are, well, the needles in the haystack. So how about we journey back even further than that to the Roman Empire and that 700-year reign. And during that reign, towards the end, there was this one guy that kind of changed things, and then the House of created the dominoes for the end. We know that person as Constantine the Great, and it's the House of Constantine we're going to talk about tonight. So over the 700-year reign, there were many, many rulers that we probably heard of from movies or just our history books years and years ago, right? Nero, he burns everything down, right? Augustus, right? And again, the first of the Caesars and so forth. But then we have like movies like The Gladiator, where we get Commodus, the bad guy, because he takes on the hero. But during the time frame, we had the establishment of a 700-year reign, an empire, the Roman Empire. And during this time frame, there's ups and downs. One of the stronger rulers towards the end of the empire was known as Constantine. We know him as Constantine the Great for his acts, etc. Many of us know of him as the individual who changed the rules of religion for the empire. Up until that point, you were studying the religion of the empire, or you were the enemy, right? Constantine changed that, and he was open to Christianity, and he made Christianity an option in the Roman Empire, and later in his reign actually became one. But, like every great emperor or empire or etc., you then have a change. And back then, this was who's the emperor, who's the son, and the son kind of takes over. Son number one rules next, etc., blah, blah, blah. Well, he had 4 sons, one from his first wife, Crispus, and then he had 3 sons from his second wife, right? Constantine II, Constantius II, and Constans. This is the 5-piece set of Roman cents bronze of Constantine the Great, his first son, and then his 3 others from the second wife, all tied together in this beautiful quality from NGC, certified as fines, which means majority of coins don't make this grade. This is, again, look at the dates. We're in 2024 today. That coin, the last coin, was 337 to 350, 1,700 years ago. And it looks that nice, going to my comment on colonial American. Each one of these coins is certified who it is, the time frame of it, the denomination, which are all consistent. They were the coppers of the time. The story card, which tells of the emperor himself and some of the crazy storylines. So if we go into the storylines, I mean, you can't make this one up. But it's kind of why we saw then the Age of Chaos and then the fall of Rome right after this, over that 100-year period. All right? So we have Constantine the Great, one of the greatest Caesars of all time, first Christian emperor. He was financially social, and his military reforms strengthened, right? He allowed soldiers to become citizens. The second longest serving Caesar in the history of Rome at 31 years. Well, he passes. That just happens as we all get old, right? And Crispus, his son from his first wife, is made Caesar, right? And he was eventually executed by, taking this back, he was executed by his father towards the end of his reign, because he was afraid of the power his first son was gaining in the Senate. So dad knocks off the oldest son, leaving the 3 sons of his second wife, right? And they just can't figure out what to do, because when they split the empire, they put it into 3 different spheres. We usually think of the East and the West, but it was actually 3 spheres that evolved to East and West. And one sector of influence was given to each of the sons. until they started killing each other as well. So we eventually have one person left who was killed by the general, and then the world goes on. Can't make up the story. You have Constantine II. He invaded his brother's territory, Constans. Killed his brother in battle. Right? Then you have Constantius II. He marched against, right? And defeated his other brother. So it's kind of like a domino effect here. And then last but not least, Constans is the one that's overthrown by the general, Magentus. By the way, he was also the last emperor to visit England, if you're following Hadrian's Wall and all the other fun parts of history. So you have this 5-coin collection. The story cards give way more credit than my attempt at making this complete, because there's so much more to the story, as Paul Harvey would say, the rest of the story. The detail on these coins is so wow for a coin that's 1,300 years old. Every one of ours, again, are certified by NGC. They're all certified in the same grade, which means the groups that we sent in, there's only a small number that made this grade. That's what these coins are. All 5 coins, that's the price, $199.95. Our competition, we found 3 of the 5 coins in the same grade, and they were $279. So they have 3 coins for $80 more. We have all 5 coins for $80 less. Guys, give me a 30-second clock, please. I'm down to my last 5. I do have a couple of these individuals, these rulers, available in NGC holders as well. They range in price based upon the grade of the coin. But for a fine condition, we're under $40 a coin. And not only that, tonight we nail it. We put it together in the complete House of Constantine 5-coin set. It's Dad. It is the oldest son from the first marriage, which Dad knocked off. And then we have the 3 sons from the second marriage that knocked each other off. It's the perfect not to story in world history. But it happened, and this is documentation. Thanks for spending a few minutes with me on it. Love this stuff. The history, wow. But the price per coin, even more so tonight. The 5-piece set for only $199.95.